Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nerd Herders channel. I'm Aaron and today I've got a unboxing video for you. Usually it's Travis that is buying all sorts of cool stuff and kind of doing the unboxings, but today I am going to be unboxing a Retron 3 HD, which is basically a modern console that can play retro cartridges. So I've been wanting to play a lot of retro games lately, but I don't currently own any of the original retro consoles. And I didn't really want to buy like the flashbacks or the classics or the plug-and plays that come preloaded with games. I wanted to be able to still buy, the original cartridges, pick and choose the specific games that I wanted, but not have to own a bunch of the really old consoles. So I shopped around and a lot of them had bad reviews, or I was just kind of not feeling it, or they only played one type of game. I wanted a console that would be able to play multiple types of cartridges, and a lot of them could do like NES and SNES, but I really wanted to be able to also play Genesis, which I thought may be a bit of a stretch with it being a different company. But then I found this one, the Retron 3 HD, which can play NES, SNES, and Genesis cartridges. So I'm going to go ahead and start opening this. First off, this is how it was shipped. It did not come in a larger box. It's just the plastic wrap around what is basically like a laptop box, just this really thin cardboard. So I was a little concerned that I came home from work and this was just sitting on my porch just like this. Anybody could have seen very obviously that I had bought electronics. It was very visible. So I wasn't too thrilled about that. I was worried that maybe if this was underneath heavy boxes during shipping that it would be a little squished. It's visibly in really good shape. But hopefully when I plug it in, everything will work just fine. Take out the sleeve here. Oh wow, yeah, so that is a very flimsy box. Very easy to just open there. But that being said, again, it doesn't look like it got crushed or anything. Here we go. So here is the console itself. It looks like it is this like kind of a clear red. I think I might have actually had a PS2 controller that was this same type of like clear plastic, the clear colored plastic. Yeah, so you have the main console. The other thing that I liked about this one is it comes with a basically NES, SNES, and Genesis controller, but rather than being the modern USB adapters, it's the original plugs, right? So this can, if I bought an original Genesis controller, that would be compatible with this, or a third-party one that has the, the original hookups as opposed to USB. And it has, I think, 6 ports, 2 for each. So you've got your 2 ports for Super Nintendo, 2 for NES, and 2 for Genesis. And then, of course, the corresponding slots for, depending on which cartridge you're using. And that looks like that's pretty much it that it comes with. I'm assuming that under here are just going to be the cables. All right, so we have our power adapter, the cable for that. We have looks like a converter, possibly for, let's see. Yeah, so basically convert your NES to a third SNES port, so that's kind of cool. And then your composite cables. The reason why I went with the Retron 3 HD is because it has the option for, as opposed to the composite cables, you can do HDMI output, so it will actually do 720p output. So I'm going to go ahead and get it all set up and make sure that this actually works. Alright, so I've got it set up here. I'm using my own HDMI cable because the cable that it came with was only 2 feet, which I guess for most setups wouldn't be a problem, but because I've got it out here on the carpet, it's a little small. So I use my own longer cable, but we've got our configuration for NES, Genesis, SNES, power, reset. Alright, it does indeed work. That's great. Borrowing my buddy Tyler's copy of Donkey Kong Country to test this out, so thank you, Tyler. So we've got the little light on indicating that we are in the SNES mode. Alright, so the game boots right up. Let's mess with the aspect ratio. Yep, so you just have a little toggle. So we can have it, you know, kind of the way it would appear on an older TV, more square, or it can be stretched. And of course, it does get a little cropped, but it actually looks pretty good. Doesn't look too bad. Alright, so that's my unboxing of the Retron 3 HD. Everything seems to work fine right out of the box. I'm really excited to be able to use it to play the original retro game cartridges. I've already ordered a few games, I'm borrowing some games, I'm kind of making a list of the games that I would like to get my hands on. I'm planning on hooking it up to a recording device and recording some gameplay to make some more Nerds vs. Retro games, as well as just to be able to play some of those old games that I really miss playing. So I feel like this is a pretty good way to get access to those old games, especially if maybe you have a lot of cartridges laying around or you no longer have your original consoles or they're starting to not work properly. This is a pretty cheap option to replace that. So thanks for watching, everybody, and until next time, stay nerdy.